There is a fine line between self-improvement and self-destruction. Just imagine a white rectangle where you have self-improvement on one side and self-destruction on the other. Now, I'm sure for a lot of people, the majority of people, they would love to pursue the path of self-improvement, which is simply wanting to become better. A lot of us do have those kinds of thoughts of seeking to improve. What if it's wanting to have a beach body of losing some pounds of body fat? Or you could want to make more money. You want to earn more money to do the things you like. Or perhaps you want to get into a healthy relationship with a boy or a girlfriend and have companionship, have love, have a future with another person. Those kinds of clauses, those kinds of reasons are always good and respectable. And while it is perfectly fine to push and motivate yourself towards these aspects, towards these goals, to work harder, it should still be kept in realistic boundaries, realistic confines. It is perfectly fine as well to set goals and expectations. If you are going to have a bow and arrow and you're going to shoot at a target, you need to know where you're aiming. You need to know that the technique that you're going to use to shoot is going to actually hit your target. You got to ensure that the amount of force, the strength that you are using to pull back the bow, along with the point of accuracy, the precision, that you will hit your target. Because if you don't know where you're going to hit, if you don't know where you're aiming towards, where's all that effort going to go? And sadly, this might apply to you. You might find yourself setting goals or expectations too high to the point where it's unreasonable, which may inevitably end up into the path of self-destruction. Just imagine the same example what I said. Oh, you're trying to shoot towards a target, but the target is too far. That's an unrealistic expectation. How can you hit a target that is so incomprehensibly far? It's not possible. You're never going to get there. You're always going to stay unsatisfied, unhappy, even though you're putting in a lot of work. Isn't that interesting? And I'm sure for a lot of people, they are embarking on this kind of process as well. In this case, it may end up in self-destructive behaviors that you might not even realize. So that being said, in terms of abiding by and pursuing your goals and expectations, you don't want to take up too many tasks without allowing proper time for rest. Let's focus on one aspect I said. Let's say you want to make more money. You're making about $19 an hour and you want to make more. So what is a very natural and obvious thing to do? You ask your boss if you can work for more hours. You work for 40 hours a week. You ask him if you can work for more than 40 hours, perhaps 50 or almost 55 hours. But the toll of this, the cost of this, sure, you are working more to make more money. It's a respectable reason. But you are overexerting yourself. You are putting more pressure on your body. You are physically draining yourself. You are mentally wearing yourself down. This is not realistic and this is not healthy. You should know that you have to take care of yourself, your body, your mind, even if you work or grind on the full-time job. You know your body best. You know exactly what you need to perform at your very best, at your peak. So why not stick to it? Why not stick with what works for you? You don't want to indirectly guide yourself into engaging in or leading yourself into unhealthy behaviors, or simply avoiding what needs to be done. That kind of path will inevitably lead up into self-destruction. You gotta be realistic. You have to be down to earth, and you gotta accept the facts and embrace the truth. Recognize any potential flaws. Foresee things and think ahead of time. Think ahead of what exactly you need to pay the most attention to in order to directly guide yourself towards self-improvement.